I wouldn't change the way I grew up. I wouldn't change the trauma I experienced growing up. My life has played out the way it has for a reason. I have a story. I can share that with others and hopefully inspire some hope and people. It's powerful stuff. If you bring it to the table and you're just open about what you're going through, you could really help somebody get out of the darkness themselves. To addiction, my awareness just wasn't so keen on how people were treating me. I think that I was just in a negative headspace all the time, so if I did think people were mistreating me, it was like my perception.
The American Society of Addiction and Medicine describes addiction as a chronic illness of the brain affecting its reward, motivation, and memory circuits. Today, approximately 20 million people in the United States struggle with an addiction. That means 1 out of every 10 people you meet is struggling with an addiction.
After my child told me that they were struggling with an addiction, when we first found out, we were each trying to process what it meant in our own way and dealing with the emotions of that. And then I felt really sad, badly for them because they did not feel well. Then it just went into confusion, like I wasn't sure what I needed to do and trying to figure out what the best course of action was to take. And you go through the phase where you just have to come together to support your child.
Out of all of the people struggling with an addiction, only 11% of those people seek treatment. This is because of the stigma that comes along with being labeled as an addict.
Addicts usually do drugs or drink to cover up something they're not dealing with at the time, or something that they've been repressing for years.
After finding out about my child's addiction, I myself went through a lot of anxiety, and then just constantly thinking about that, and is that person, is your child well? I got to a state where I didn't feel well. I ended up seeking counseling for myself so that I could get better and be well, so that I could be present to help my child get well.
I would say that people should at least do some research on the reasons why people are doing this to themselves, rather than making assumptions or judgments. Just go online and look it up. It shouldn't necessarily just be up to the addicts to do that research. It should be up to everybody to do that research. That way we can start holding each other accountable.
I've learned that each case, each person's addiction is personal, and you've got to have patience and work through the process and recovery together at your own pace.
We can start communicating about it with more empathy and come from a place of true understanding, rather than just throwing somebody to the curb because you think that they're not helpable. It's not true. Anyone can be helped. I mean, for one, they have to want to be helped, but most of the time, addicts do want help. They're just crying for it all the time. Their actions. If I didn't have art, I would do drugs. Art is a substitute for me. It's pretty much what I have.
Also, my husband and I went to Narcotics Anonymous meeting. That was really helpful. Got to meet people in similar situation and realized that there were a lot of people going through the same thing, and it just helped us understand what we were feeling and going through. I'm constantly learning about addiction, and what's really been eye-opening is just how alone you kind of feel in trying to figure out the best course of action. What I wish people would know about addiction is that there is support out there, and I wish that the connections were easier for people to make, but have faith. There are a lot of people out there that are there to support you.
I've been alright, but I write a song tonight about those letters you wrote to an ex. Connections not fading with you undressed. I did hold up saying I'm the only. I think it's all 'cause you are so lonely. Why do you have me in your bedroom? Now I'm just feeling like the biggest fool, and I've no shit to take. Possessions, no more pay. Hat on my head.